What is that that heals and restores the soul? We can just keep talking and talking about that, but what is that is... I did mention that we are going to be lost until we find ourselves in relationship with Him. But what robs a believer from that? Why do we find ourselves burned out, overwhelmed, exhausted, empty, angry, fearful? I think there are different things in our life. When God brings certain things in our life, and I would maybe going to shock people when I say what is going to be a boosters for our soul, and what God uses to enrich our soul. One thing that I'm going to mention is pain and suffering that God uses in our lives to enrich our souls. It is through pain and suffering that it's honor, actually, to see and understand the suffering that Jesus went through. It is through pain and suffering, and when we come to the end, we see that we were drinking from the wrong faucets and springs because we are thirsty again. It is through pain and suffering that we finally cry to the one that can rescue us. I really think that pain and suffering enriches our souls. And then also, there are things in our life, I love to call them anchors. And I'll tell you what is my anchor, that God brings something in our life that... My anchor is my youngest daughter. She has autism, a severe autism. So very often that means that I have to be at home. So if my husband is in the church, I can't be there. I have to be at home with her. And of course, I'm getting an expert in complaining. And I would tell God that I want to be somewhere else. This ship wants to go and go somewhere else. And it seems that this anchor that He gave me keeps me in the lagoon to see what a beautiful place I'm in. So I end up staying at home, having longer quiet times, reading books, enjoying a beautiful girl that He created. And sometimes the anchor can be illness, the lack of finances. Sometimes God uses different anchors. And what do? We complain, and not just we complain, we grumble, but we do that too. But also, what do? We see those as a stumbling blocks. We see that as a hindrance. We see that as and what a lie that is. We see that as a burden. We see that as a cross that we have to carry. My daughter is not a cross that I have to carry. It is my attitude that I have towards autism. My daughter is something the most beautiful that happened. But through pain and suffering, and through a thirsty and a hungry soul, I came to realize this. I came to appreciate moments when I'm not feeling well, that I can actually be at home and rest.